What is up, you guys? I have not made a video in a long time, but as you can see, I've got about an 18-inch or something doll package here. So that means we're gonna open a new doll today. This video was actually from January, but if you check the date right now, it's almost August. So you can tell how long it takes me to upload these videos. I haven't made videos in a long time, so I hope to get back on track with that. So let's get to opening this new doll. And while on the subject of opening this doll, I will also be mentioning that this video is a tutorial for how to tighten your doll's limbs. I will be doing some of that today in this video. Okay, after struggling a bit opening this box, it looks like we finally got a doll in our hands. And you guys, she is so wrapped in this bubble wrap that she looks like a break. So let's kind of save her from this. And there she is, our number 21. And already you can tell that her arm is a little bit loose and we're gonna have to do some work on her. So like I said, this is number 21. She's still got her pin curls, at least some of them in. They were in really good condition. Her curls are in good condition. She's a 2008 Pleasant Company. She's got pretty loose limbs, but that is nothing a little bit of TLC can't fix. So we're gonna start doing that little tutorial I talked about in here today. Alright, here's how to restore your doll's limbs. So what I did, I grabbed a little plastic lid container somewhere where I could take all the stuffing that's inside the doll and separate it just so it doesn't get lost in the carpet. I've got 4 ponytail holders and just a long something to stuff all the stuffing back in. I'm using a doll hairbrush, for example. Now, before you tighten your doll's limbs, you're going to want to make sure the string is working properly and that you can tie it back all together, because in some older dolls, the strings start coming apart, sometimes in clumps. So you just want to make sure that you're going to be able to put her head back on properly. So I went ahead and made sure I had a lot of space around me and a lot of room, because you're actually going to be really surprised how much stuffing this little doll can carry. So now we are just untying the knot so I can remove the head from the body. Like I said, be careful with the strings because it is hard to put the head back on. Okay, I got the head back off. It is kind of snug. But once you get it off, it is very creepy. So I'm going to set this head aside because our focus right now is on the torso. You've got your strings. You're going to want to stretch out where the neck collar is and start removing your stuffing. Now, like I said, it is a lot of stuffing, so I made sure I had a lot of room, and I have a safe place to put it. So you can use a plastic bag, a bin, just to make sure it doesn't get mixed in with anything else, and that you have a control for all the stuffing, because all of it is going to need to go back in. I bet you're thinking right now, does this ever end? And yes, it does. You are going to get all the stuffing out. I've just got a little bit left to go. Now that you have all your stuffing out, you're going to want to make sure you have a cap with a string, and you're going to check all these limbs for those details. On some dolls, it might have this metal piece that you see here, and if yours doesn't, that is totally fine. You can still work with this tutorial. I'm going to start my first limb. You can start on any limb you want first, but I'm starting on the arm. I'm taking the space between the cap and the white string and putting my ponytail right in there, really snug. Make sure I pull it so that I feel that the limb is tight. You don't have to pull it and turn the ponytail around all the way. just as long as you feel the limb start getting tight, because we really want to do this accurately. Alright, on to the next limb. Now, you don't want to break the limb, so you don't have to do it too tight. You're going to want to play the tightness you want with the limb by sight. As you can see, I left a few bumps in my ponytail. It's not completely perfect, and that's totally fine. As long as you see a change in the way that the limbs move. And it looks like it's working because the limbs are pretty tight now. So now it is time to put in your stuffing. And it totally seems impossible right now. You're thinking, how am I gonna get all this stuffing inside the cloth? It's gonna work out. Maybe it's okay to have a little bit left over, but you wanna get most of that in there. Just so your doll remains in like good quality, good shape, and so she can stand up properly. So I am taking my stuffing. Of course, it's going to stay at the top at first, but I'm going to take my long stick, in this case, a doll hairbrush. You can use something else, something longer, something that will aid you to stuffing everything to the bottom. You don't want any of that stuffing sitting at the top. So I kind of snowball this, put it in there a little bit at a time. It can be kind of difficult, but I know you've got this. Now let's get your doll back together. You've got to take your head and you can slowly try to put her into her own body. It's going to be hard because the stuffing wants to crawl out. Once you fit the doll's head on there, you can turn her facing you and go ahead and tie the string. Do it as tight as you can. Make sure it's tight so that the edge of her head is not wanting to crawl off of her body. So I just went ahead later and redid her curls. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little opening / tutorial. I hope it was helpful for you in some way. And thank you again for tuning in. I really enjoyed making this, and I'm so glad to be making videos again. See you guys!